Mystery curtain here. Today we're unlocking the secrets behind a device that's been the talk of the tech world. Stick around as we run real-world tests. The Acer Nitro V15A and V1552 represents one of the most compelling options in the affordable gaming laptop market in 2025. Designed for players who care more about raw frames per second and long-term upgradability than about slim form factors or premium extras. While it is not a flawless machine, the combination of performance, cooling, efficiency, and value makes it a serious contender for anyone who wants to get into PC gaming without spending over $1,000. The design of the Nitro V15 is a clear demonstration of how practical, tried and true engineering can still shine. Acer has focused on durability, thermal efficiency, and usability instead of unnecessary flair. The chassis continues the familiar Nitro language, a balanced mix of clean minimalism and subtle, aggressive accents that hint at gaming performance without screaming for attention. The laptop is entirely black plastic, with a lid decorated by a stylized half-predator logo. One standout feature is the fingerprint-resistant coating, which performs exceptionally well, even after 3 weeks of heavy use without cleaning. The surface looks impressively clean with virtually no smudges. There is a slight flex if you deliberately press down hard, but this is expected for a plastic build and in no way impacts day-to-day sturdiness. The laptop feels solid and well assembled, weighing in at about 4.65 pounds with a minimum thickness of just 0.61 inches at its thinnest point, which makes it relatively portable for its category. The hinge is stiff enough to require 2 hands to open, but it holds the display securely at any angle up to 140 degrees. Port selection is another strength of the Nitro V15. Most ports are conveniently placed on the left side to avoid interfering with right-handed mouse use. Here you'll find the charging port, Gigabit Ethernet RJ45, HDMI 2.1. 2 USB-A 3.2 Gen 1 ports, one supporting charging while the system is off, and most impressively, a Thunderbolt 4-enabled USB-C port with bandwidth up to 40 gigabits per second, power delivery up to 65 W, and DisplayPort output support. On the right side, there's another USB-A 3.2 Gen 1, a 3.5mm combo audio jack, and a Kensington lock slot. A well-thought-out arrangement for both gamers and students. The keyboard is a full-size layout, with a numeric keypad, backlit in orange with 2 brightness levels. Key travel is comfortable, response is quick, and typing feels satisfying. The touchpad measures 5.0 by 3.1 inches, smooth and responsive enough for general navigation. Though serious users will of course prefer a mouse, there are no biometric features such as a fingerprint scanner, a compromise expected in this price tier. The display is one of the biggest trade-offs Acer made. The reviewed version uses a 15.6-inch IPS panel at 1080p, with a 165 Hz refresh rate, while its 304 nits brightness and 12,301 contrast ratio are respectable. Color coverage is limited to just 54% sRGB, making it unsuitable for creative work. That said, it excels where gamers care most: fast refresh, decent response times of 17 milliseconds, and no PWM flickering, which helps reduce eye strain during marathon sessions. Audio is handled by dual 2W speakers, providing clear sound across lows, mids, and highs, adequate for casual use. The 720p webcam is serviceable, with temporal noise reduction improving video calls, though the lack of a physical privacy shutter is disappointing. Under the hood, the Nitro V15 shines thanks to thoughtful optimization. The Intel Core 5210H delivers reliable single-core performance, scoring 2,369 in Geekbench 6. In a 30-minute stress test, the CPU held steady around 55 W power draw and nearly 4.0 GHz average frequency, proving it can sustain workloads like video rendering. The NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050 inside the Nitro V15 runs at a modest 75 WTGP. Yet it surprises in real-world results. On 3D Mark Time Spy, the system scored 8,470, on par with higher power variants. In gaming benchmarks, the results are impressive. Counter-Strike 2 at 1080p. Very high hits 131 FPS. Black Myth Wukong on low averages. 126 FPS. Shadow of the Tomb Raider on medium reaches 122 FPS, and even the demanding Metro Exodus Enhanced Edition at high maintains a playable 66 FPS with ray tracing effects. These numbers show just how well Acer's thermal system unlocks the card's potential. During a 1-hour gaming session, the GPU clock held steady at 2,459 MHz, with an average temperature of just 69 C, while the CPU remained around 85 C. The cooling solution is clearly effective, though fans get extremely loud at full load, which may bother noise-sensitive users. Upgradability is another highlight. Removing the bottom panel is straightforward, revealing 2 SO-DIMM RAM slots and 2 PCIe Gen 4M. 2 SSD slots, offering strong future-proofing in a budget device. The reviewed model came with a 512GB Western Digital PCSN 740 NVMe SSD, capable of 5.0 GBs reads and 4.0 GBs writes, keeping load times snappy. With max temperatures of 73 C, it remains within safe limits, even under sustained transfer. Overall, the Acer Nitro V15 is not without compromise: color-limited screen, loud fans, and no biometric extras. But where it matters most, performance and cooling, it delivers above expectations. For under $1,000, this is a laptop that proves affordable gaming can still be cool, fast, and reliable.